Yeah, it is optional. It says there. Basically, let me start by telling you a story. That's more fun. In 2004, I was a student salesman. I was doing door-to-door salesman work in Michigan. And I was with a group of about 10 other young people. We were all college students. And we each had our maps with the territory of our different towns divided of where we were going to work. And they divided us in teams for a couple weeks to just work without, where the leaders would just call us every day and check up on us, but didn't actually physically go with us. And me and my friend Kristina were put together as a team and sent to this area of Michigan we'd never been to. They had called ahead of time and asked a local church if there was any church member in their church who could house 2 young college student girls for a couple weeks during the summer. The church that they called was located in the wealthiest section of that part of the state of Michigan. Like, these were the rich mansions and, you know, all this. And most of the members of that church were of that class. I say most, because when I arrived there and found out where I was staying, we were staying with a little lady from the Dominican Republic and her 2 girls, and she was a house cleaner for all those rich people. And she only had a 2-bedroom house. So her 2 girls moved out of their bedroom into their mom's room, and the 3 of them stayed in one room together, so Kristina and I could have the bedroom. And of course, you know, they were very much at the poverty level, and one of the few things they ate was rice. They always had a rice cooker sitting on the counter full of rice, and if anyone's hungry, that's what you ate. And but one morning, she decided that she was going to make something extra special for her girls for a Sunday morning breakfast. And so I woke up to the most amazing smell permeating the house. And I come out, and she has these little yellow patties with little green specks in them. And I was like, what are those? She's like, here, try it. It tastes really good, you know, in her broken English. And they were amazing. And so I said, well, what is it? And she says, they're Mung-bean Patties. I'd never heard of such a thing. And it was, the whole recipe was just mung beans, water, and a few sliced green onion. That's all it was a little bit of salt. And they were amazing. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, order some mung beans, have them there when I get home to visit, and I'm going to teach you how to make the most amazing patty in the whole world. So she did. She ordered some mung beans, and I wish I had a mung bean to show you what it actually looks like, but I left my whole mung beans at home. Mung beans are little green round balls. That's what they look like. And you will find them at the health food store in the sprouting section because they're the bean that is used to make your long bean sprouts that they put in stir fries. You'll find them in the grocery store, you know, those long yellow bean sprouts. That's mung bean. And but they have a dark green coating on them. And oh, she's got it. Look at that.
You can just pick whatever.
You can see how green they are. Here, let's.
Whichever one you like.
I like this one. Wikipedia to the rescue. See, they're little green.
I think those are those that are in our 15 bean soup?
If you buy the dry package at, and they're red.
15 bean soup?
Do you get the red, has a little guy on it that says, I think Red Barn or Red something?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Whatever's in Kroger.
Okay.
So
They have a 15 and a 16.
So I got home and Mom shows me her bag of mung beans, and I said, Mom, something is wrong with these beans. They don't look the same as that lady's beans did because that lady's patties were yellow. I thought, well, maybe after you blend it up and make it the patty, it turns yellow. So I soaked these things and I blended them up, and it turned into this puddle of green slime. It was the most horrible looking thing, and it smelled awful. And when I tasted it, it had the most horrible taste in the world. And I thought, what on earth did I do wrong? Like, her patties were yellow, and mine are this mossy green scum. That's what it looked like. And I was like, this is awful. I threw the batter away. I was never going to touch a mung bean again. I was like, someday we will find the answer to our problem. And so we were left for a couple of years with like, no answers. And years went by. I got married, moved out here to Kentucky, and a family, a Korean family, came to stay at my parents' house. They needed a place to stay for a while. My parents opened their home since I was gone. There wasn't any kids at home. And this Korean lady brought these funny-looking yellow beans into my mom's kitchen and proceeded to make mung-bean patties. And
That's so awesome.
and my mom was like, oh, this must be what Kristina was telling me about, But this lady didn't just do mung beans, water, and a few sliced green onion. This lady put carrots, and celery, and onion, and everything into the blender and blended the whole thing up, poured it on. And sometimes she'd do it on top of the stove or bake it in the oven. And they came out the most amazing patties that my mom had ever seen. And my mom calls me up and she's like, I found it! I found it! I know what the problem was. The problem was that these Asian people were buying peeled mung beans.
Oh.
So in India and Asia, the children's job is to soak the mung beans and pop all the little green skins off of them, okay?
That would be fun.
And so you end up with a yellow bean, and this is what they look like. Once they're peeled, they break in half, and then they redehydrate them, and you've got your little peeled yellow mung beans. And that was the missing ingredient to our problem in our slimy green pancakes.
So, do you buy them green or do you already buy
I buy them that way.
So, okay.
And there's only a couple of places to get them. I'll give you your phone back. Thank you. And that is at Asian markets.
Uh-huh.
But you can also order them on Amazon.
Okay.
And that's how many I have left. I usually get them by the 4-pound bag from Asian market down in Atlanta. So if anyone goes to Atlanta, tell me and I'll have you pick me up tomorrow. But until then, I will order them on Amazon until I get back to Atlanta again. There's also a place in Cincinnati called Jungle Gym, which has the same type of thing as well. So Cincinnati or Atlanta is your place for big bags. For little bags, you can get little bags at an Asian market in Knoxville. And Asian people like things that are bright colored. So if you don't watch it, you'll actually get them that are dyed yellow. With like yellow, yellow number, red number 40 and yellow number 5, yeah. That's what they put on it. So I always look at the ingredient list to make sure they're not the colored ones. If they're dull yellow like this, they're not colored. If they're bright yellow, look like someone done food coloring on them, they really are food coloring. Yeah, that's what they look like before with the green.
That's green.
That's the green ones, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, look up on Amazon yellow mung beans. If you type in yellow mung beans, you'll
yellow.
find them. So, now I'm going to show you how to do it. So what I did was I took these mung beans, which they are dried, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put them in water and soaked them overnight, which of course they expand. This is what 3 cups of mung beans turned into. This bowl is almost full. 3 cups filled up the whole thing. So if you're going to do a small batch, only soak 1 cup. It will expand. 1 cup will do just a little bit more than this right here. Expands just a little over double. So yeah, that's 3 cups there. I'll tell you one more story before I make the recipe. And that is the history of mung beans. Mung beans originated in India. And besides the pancake, which is one of the traditional ways of using the mung bean, and they'll do, like in India, they put all their curry seasonings in it, their spices and their ginger and all that stuff, and make this curry pancake out of it. I mean, it's a bland bean that's going to take on any flavor you give it. So the sky's the limit what you can do with it. But anyway, another thing they do with them is they take these dried mung beans and they deep fry them and make like crunchy snack out of it, which is not healthy, but tastes very good. And they sell them. All the street vendors sell them all along the streets in India and Nepal. I have a friend who's a missionary over there, and he brought me back some to try. But I don't remember what year it was that Britain basically took over India, and it was under British rule for a while. The British soldiers who came into India saw these people eating these beans that they'd never seen before and didn't know what they were. And of course, Britain, they spoke English, and the Indians spoke Tamil or Hindi, depending on what part of the country. And so they're like, you know, what are these things? And the people are like, mung dal, you know. In India, dal means bean, so everything is something dal. But these are mung dal. And so the British are thinking, okay, we want to take some of these back to England, tell our families what kind of neat things we found, but what on earth are we going to tell them they're called? So they said, well, if it's mung dal, then it's mung-bean. And it's been mung-bean ever since. So it's actually spelled, if you were going to actually do the correct spelling of the actual word in India, it would be spelled kind of like that. But the English variant of it is M-U-N-G, mung-bean. But you can see that's mung dal. So that's where we got the mung bean from. And since that time, it's pretty much spread to every country in the world. Like I said, the Koreans and the Dominican Republic and everybody else knew about it. The U.S. is pretty much the last country to start using this bean. But anyway, that's the way it is. So to make our patties, I've got 2 cups after it's been soaked. It's approximately 3/4 to 1 cup before it's soaked.
So when you said soaked, how much do you soak?
1 cup.
You
Or
soak
less.
1
It says on your recipe 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 to 1, just right around there. You don't actually have to measure the mung beans. When you put them in the blender, you just throw your vegetables in, whatever vegetables you want in there. Slice or dice or shred whatever other vegetables you want separately. But like we're gonna put our onion in here so it blends up in the batter. And then you just put water till it's just above the beans. And if it's not if it looks too thick, it's not blending well, just add a couple tablespoons more water until it blends. You don't have to have an exact amount of water. And that's the beauty of this. It's very, very versatile, and that's why so many countries use it, because you can almost do anything with it. The reason I have chosen zucchini as the vegetable that I like the best with it is because zucchini makes it rise the tallest, and it makes it the lightest and fluffiest of all the vegetables I've tried. I've put shredded carrots or shredded cabbage. Now, I will say chopped mushrooms are really good in it, especially like your canned portobello mushrooms. They're amazing in it. But the zucchini seems to, I don't know, it has a fluffiness in it that just adds to the buoyancy of the mung beans. Mung beans raise on their own anyway. The zucchini adds a fluffiness to it. And when you're doing it, it almost looks like an omelet. And of course you can do whatever size and shape. I remember when we first got married, well, when I first started making these actually, shortly after my mom told me about it. One of the first things I did, I don't remember if it was just for fun or if it was for an actual anniversary or Valentine's Day, and I made heart-shaped mung-bean patties for Daniel. And I've even done it where I poured it into a cast iron skillet and just made one full skillet, you know. It's a little hard to flip, but
Quicker.
it's quicker, yeah. But I will say on a griddle, it seems to cook the best. It sticks the least and seems to do the best. So it says a half of a small onion. This is what you call a medium onion probably. So you can put as much or as little onion as you want. I'm going to do a little less than half of this. This one's not wanting to peel on me right now.
I think the way that I do it is I'll put carrots and celery and onion, and I do saute them just a little bit first. And then I don't blend them. I blend the beans.
You can put it in, yeah, and you can do it that way too. And you can even do it raw. They'll just be a little crunchier. But yeah, however you want to do it.
This is one of Bill's favorite things, especially on hot summer days.
Oh yeah.
We started eating these, I believe it was last summer. He loves this.
They're amazing. And like I said, that Korean lady, she just threw the carrots and everything in there and just blended it all up. You didn't see any of it. Just added flavor. So, the other vegetable we're going to do is our zucchini. And there are two ways you can do it. You can shred it with an electric shredder, or you can hand grate it. It's actually very easy to hand grate a zucchini. Zucchini is so soft, it grates very quickly. And I'll just show you here so you can see. You hardly have to put any weight into it at all. So if you just wanted to grate the whole thing by hand, it wouldn't take you very long at all. And the amount of zucchini you put in is totally at your preference. You can put it so it's just like loaded with zucchini and just a little bit of batter. Or you can do it so it's mostly batter with a few zucchini floating in it. But I will say the more the zucchini, the more it's going to rise, the fluffier it's going to be. Now we're down to the part where I start shredding fingers.
Why did you leave the hard top on top so you have something hard to hold on to?
I could have, huh?
I was wondering.
Because I'm not as practical as you are, Megan.
I wasn't meaning it like that. I was wondering. I was just asking.
All right, we got it. So that's like almost enough zucchini right there.
Nice.
Whereas I never got a mixing bowl. I talked about getting one, but I never did.
Aren't they right there?
What, this?
Oh no,
That's
that
full
has
of
your
onions.
beans.
We'll get one. How much zucchini am I supposed to put in this?
2 to 3 cups.
That looks pretty close, doesn't it?
I'm terrible.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so we put our zucchini in the bowl. And then we'll make our batter and pour it in, and if it looks like we need more vegetables, we'll shred a little more zucchini.
Have you ever done the 2 different zucchini, like squash?
Yellow squash? Oh, yellow squash makes it pretty because it makes it yellow.
It
Yeah.
makes it more yellow. That's why
Yeah.
it's wrong.
Yeah, it's really good.
Is that warm water?
I don't know.
Just wondering.
No, not really. It's just kind of lukewarm. Okay, so I need something else in here. I need my seasonings, right?
Yes, country.
So I'm gonna put what? How much onion powder?
Oh, onion powder, 2 small teas.
Okay, 2 teaspoons onion powder. And how much country stock?
1 large tea.
1 tablespoon country stock. Okay?
Small onion. Oh, you already
Onions
did
in
that.
there? Yep.
Cup of water.
So we're just going to blend this up. Right?
That was fast.
Yeah, it is.
So you don't add any salt or pepper to that?
The salt is in the country style.
Is there pepper too in the country
No,
style?
no pepper. Just salt. There's salt and basically a bunch of herbs.
Okay.
I have a spatula. Well, I did have. I guess I did it back to you, didn't I? Alright, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of water in to get all the good stuff out of the blender. If I put my lid on, I won't put it in my face.
Well, nice with that.
Alright. There. Now there's all the good stuff is out of there. Alright, so now I just stir up my batter. And we're going to, the griddle has been preheating.
So what is this?
That's a salad shooter. That's my electric grater if I was gonna grate it the other way. But we did it by hand.
Okay.
So that's the other option. Okay, I want to show you what this batter looks like. You see it there? Just really thick. There's more zucchini than mung beans in there. You can see how thick it is. That's basically what you want it to look like.
Pretty. Do you want me to move all this plastic stuff?
That would be marvelous.
Okay.
Don't want any fires.
Yeah, I agree.
Get this out of the way over here. All right. So my griddle is preheated. Yeah, I won't spray you first.
I know. I'm moving it.
And then we're just gonna spoon these patties on.
It's hard to imagine that's gonna turn into a nice solid patty.
Yeah, because it's so lumpy. It is. Is that what you mean?
I've never had any trouble with these cooking up.
They just cook up beautifully. It's like no
Yes.
matter what you do to them, even if they're too liquidy, they'll still cook up. I mean, even if it's just mung beans with no vegetables in it, they'll still cook up.
My mom makes some, and they taste different. But yours is good too.
Yep, well you can do these all different ways, and they still taste good.
It's the beauty of these.
It's very versatile.
But we usually have your creamy herb dressing over top
Yes.
of them, and then the tomatoes and
The creamy herb dressing is good on them
chunks.
too. Yeah.
But this guacamole is
All right, so we're gonna set the timer for 3 minutes, and then we'll flip it, and then 3 more minutes, and they're done.
And as I'm taking these off the griddle and putting them on the plate, here they come through getting the patties, walking away, just eating the patty by itself.
Oh yeah, you can. You can just pick it up and eat it. It's amazing. So while these are cooking, we're gonna let Daniel tell us all the reasons why mung beans are good for us.